Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side. I'm Sonny, and this tarot reading right here, right now, is for Aries for the month of December 2017. And that's the action. Hope everyone's having an absolutely wonderful day. I hope everyone's going to have a wonderful month, but we'll look at the cards and we'll see what they say. For those who don't know, I am a professional astrologer, and I used to read on a psychic network as well. I'm reading your tarot cards today. And let's see, I do write the horoscopes for some of the newspapers up here in Canada. And we do have a bunch of weekly live streams here on the Sunny Side. Anyways, I'm just trying to say, if you're interested in a reading, then simply message me at the email above, or have a look in the description box for some of the different things that we offer here on the Sunny Side. All right, and that's the action. Let's get down to Aries here for Aries reading. Aries for Aries for December 2017. Hope everything is cool with Aries. Oh, geez, here we go. What a way to start. So, we're going to start off with Libra Energy. It's Justice card. Now, here's what's interesting in play. When you're talking, okay, so justice is obviously someone has something coming to them, right? So if someone was good, then they have good stuff coming to them. If someone was bad, they have bad stuff coming to them. It's not a really big deal. It just means you got what's coming to them. But there's more to it than that. You know, some people like to think that it's kind of a card of karma, right? You do unto others and other stuff will happen to you. But in astrology, karma is kind of represented by the planet Saturn. And this is not represented by the planet Saturn. This is represented in part by Venus, because again, it's Libra energy. And when it pertains to Aries, it gets interesting because in Libra, astrologically, I know it's a tarot reading, right? But this is what we do here on the Sunny Side. So astrologically, that puts this energy, often puts this energy in Aries' astro sector of personal one-on-one relationships, which can be business partnerships, marriage contracts, you know, people you work with, you know, your peeps. And it's an interesting thing. It's not the same thing as romance. I know a lot of, you know, it's not the same thing as romance, and it's not the same astro sector as sex. It's, you know, contractual agreements here, or it's your partnerships. Anyways, this means that Aries should, month of December, should really watch their partners closely, because there's a high possibility that there's something going on with them, you know? Like, they got to watch that something, if the partners have been a little sneaky, it's going to catch up with them. If they've been excessively benevolent, that's going to catch up with them too. If they're really happy, then good things are going to happen to them. You know, there's more to it. As far as the Libra energy is concerned with this card, so to speak, it is a card of being a card of justice, meaning, you know, it's not judgment. The judgment card in the tarot deck means something else. You know, the judgment is you decide what you're going to take with you and you decide what you're going to leave. You're going to look back and look at the lessons of your story. But this isn't about that. This card is the end of the first half of the story before you go on to this, obviously before you go on to the second half, or you eject yourself into some, whatever. But like, it means it's dealing with everything before you go on to the next stage of your journey. And keep in mind, for Aries in particular, this card could very clearly, or very easily, maybe not clearly, but very easily play out in your relationship sector. But once again, it's not necessarily a romantic relationship. It can be a business partnership as well. And there's more to it than that, but perhaps we'll just leave it like that. Next. Oh, geez, here we go. Wheel of Fortune. So, Aries, indeed, you are halfway through your story. So, whatever situation you're going through, you know that all the physical stuff is done, and the next stage of your journey is going to be all of the emotional stuff that you got to deal with. There is now, this card is a really good card. You should make a wish when this card comes up. It does mean that you know, the first half is done, and you've succeeded, and you're ready for a bit of a change here. None of these cards yet indicate a change is coming, but it does indicate that you're weighing everything that you've already accomplished. if we look at it seasonally, we get Virgo, you walk right into Virgo energy. And in Virgo energy, that's when we harvest everything. It's time to harvest the crops and count everything and see what we have. See what your work has led you to. It may be in your everyday life where you're working on something and it's, you're finished and you're just checking to see if it's ready or not to be sold, or if you want to give it to the boss, or you've wrote an assignment at school and it's time to give to the teacher, or it's time for a test. Now, so that's what's going on. And then after that, you move on to the Libra energy. And in the Libra energy, that's when you get graded and you get marked. A lot of people think because Virgo people are so critical that Virgo's doing the actual marking. But that's not really the case. Virgo is accounting. They're checking everything. They're finishing the test, so to speak. Virgo is the transition between studying and the transition between writing your test. And after that, Libra's the judge. Libra tells you if you're good enough. And that's what this card is all about. Are you good enough for the next level? After that, we go on to Scorpio, and the change, and ready or not, the change is coming. So whether you've passed the test with flying colors or you failed the test, it's still time to move on. And that's the action. This card, the Wheel of Fortune, says that you indeed are going to do a good job. So there really isn't that much to worry about, but it does caution that you should continue to study. Or if you're in a relationship, you should continue to be a wonderful and giving lover. You shouldn't just rest on your laurels, so to speak, there. And so that's the action. So far we have justice is coming. Those who deserve it are going to get it. And we have a situation where the world is indeed at your oyster. You're finishing up, you're successfully completing one stage and moving on to the next stage. And finally, we have the Hermit card. And this card actually is Virgo energy. And so you have Virgo and Libra energy very strongly aspected in the tarot reading right now, Aries. And that means, like I just described, is a time for Aries to wrap things up, take your action to market, so to speak. Like if you're in a relationship, you're going to see if you measure up, right? They're going to test you, or you might test someone else. And then this indicates a time of seclusion. And I say this all the time, but all of the decks are different, right? And all of the decks have a slightly different interpretation of the story. A picture says 1,000 words, and whoever created the deck, retells the story from their own perspective, from their visual interpretation of it. And in this situation, we have a guy, it's the Hermit, right? It's Virgo energy. The guy's sequestering himself away, and in this deck it means looking inward, going on a bit of a inward journey for the answers, so to speak. So whatever it is that you're questioning, know already that in all decks, the Hermit usually indicates that you're searching for the answers, and it's a time of sequestering yourself to be alone, so to speak. Now, in some versions of this card, there's tarot is hiding, like the world has been bugging them and bugging them and bugging them, and would indicate that it's time for Aries to hide away a little bit, or to become reclusive, or to lock yourself away, all of which are very much not Aries characteristics. However, it doesn't mean that you can't go through these, time periods every once in a while. And that's the action. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to find the answer. I mean, after this, we get the Hangman, and that's when it's time to find your answers, or look at things differently, or time might be running out. But for the meantime, we have justice is coming. If anyone messed you up, they got it coming. We got the Wheel of Fortune. It's time to make a wish and get ready to move to the next level of your action. And before any of that happens, you got to take some time for yourself to really think this through. And that's the action, Aries. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful December. And I hope you have a wonderful December. Aries should have an incredibly good year. Keep your eyes open for it seems low energy, right? I'm tired today. But Aries should have a wonderful year. Know in advance that I haven't done the 2018 horoscopes yet, but they'll come out in about a week or so. And just to let all Aries know, Aries is extremely lucky in joint finances for the entire year of 2018. So money is going to in the zodiac, in your horoscope speaking, horoscopically, money is going to go through Aries, so to speak. So if anyone wants to make money right now, then team up with an Aries, because money is going to go to Aries for Aries to redistribute to other people. So Aries, keep that in mind. If you can put yourself in a position where you're the financial conduit, then you're going to have, and remember, you got to get paid for your action, right? That's the whole point of this. There's no sense in being a financial lightning rod if none of the money comes to you, right? So, but that's what the Hermit card kind of represents. You know, sequestering yourself away and figuring it out. But 2008, I know this is December tarot, right? But for 2018, Aries, you're most successful when you take relationships, which is the Libra card here, to the next level. And that it means financially and intimately to the ascending to another level. And once again, know that all money in 2018 is going to go through Aries. And that's the action. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sonny, wishing all Aries the absolute super best of a beautiful week. If you haven't done so yet, please share the videos with your friends. Definitely tune into the live streams, you know, where we have little tarot readings like this, and everybody hangs out on the sunny side. That's the action. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sonny, wishing all Aries the absolute super best of a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys soon.